Let's talk about one of the most important parts of your game as a salesperson, but also the part of your game that's probably the weakest. Outbound phone calls. Let's be real. How many of you really like making outbound phone calls? If you're being honest with yourself, most of you are going to say, probably not a whole lot. Why? Because you pound a phone and you get a lot of voicemails. Sure, that is part of it. Or the other part of it's going to be like, well, no one really is interested in talking to me. Yeah, probably because you don't have an effective game plan in place when you pick up the phone and dial. When somebody actually picks up, you have to give them a compelling reason to want to talk to you. You have to remember something really important. The guest owes you nothing. Let me say that again so you understand me clearly. The guest owes you nothing. Just because they submit an inquiry doesn't mean that they have to answer your questions or even talk to you. The reality is you actually have to give them a reason to want to do business with you. And that requires having a game plan in place that's more than just reading a website that they're already looking at. You have to understand they need to want to choose you to do business with. And it's near impossible if you actually don't have a meaningful conversation with them. Yes, you're going to call some people and they're not going to want to talk to you. Welcome to life. That is part of the game. And that's where, yes, it is a numbers game. You have to have the volume there to create the opportunities. But when you get on the phone with somebody, you actually have to have something in place that is designed to get them to want to talk to you. So for example, if I'm calling an internet inquiry, I'm not going to say, hey, I'm following up on your internet inquiry in a 2025 Tahoe. You could say that, but does that really give me a reason to talk to you? Not really. Hey, Mr. Customer, this is Jose from ABC Chevrolet. Was reaching out to you with regards to the 2025 Tahoe. Great news is that vehicle is available. Wanted to reach out and connect with you. Curious, when's a good day and time for you to come in and take it for a test drive? Now pause. You're going to be asking yourself, well, hold on a minute, Jose. We're asking for a test drive right off the rip? Yes, I am. Why? Because I'm going to either go ahead and get the appointment right off the bat, and I'll take it, right? Or they're going to give me the real objection or real question, rather, that they have. See, when you ask for the appointment right away and you go right into the conversation, you don't stop, you're not allowing the guest to get off the phone easily. Yes, you have to have some sales acumen and a little bit of tenacity when making outbound phone calls. The goal is to actually get a conversation going. All too often, we get lost in the weeds and we start talking about things that, quite frankly, don't matter. But once we ask that question, we ask for that test drive so early on, no different than what we do on an inbound sales call, we're going to understand really what the guest is trying to accomplish. Once you understand their why and what they're trying to accomplish, it makes it much easier to have an impactful and meaningful conversation with the guest that gets them to want to deal with you. So here's the deal. Let's recap this. It's very simple. The first part is understand, yes, it's a volume game. You need to dial the phone. You need to create the opportunities for you to be successful. The other aspect of this is this. You need to have a game plan in place. If you're calling the guests and you don't know what you're going to be talking to them about, I have to ask you, how do you expect to be successful? Winging it, hope, is not a plan for success. Lastly, remember this. The guest owes you nothing. They don't. I understand that may be frustrating to hear, but let me tell you again, they don't owe you jack. You owe the guest everything. You owe the guest to give them a compelling reason to say, hey, you know what? I want to do business with this person, not the guy across the street.